after more than 900 days of being out of the squad, Neymar Jr. is back for Brazil. And this has been one of the greatest moments that we witnessed in the World Cup. We finally get him to see wear the number 10 jersey, something that he really deserves. He's one of the last Jogo Bonito. He's one of the last greatest players of our generation. The flair, the samba style game. He's one of the last true Brazilians to wear this. And there were so many doubts that whether he'll make it for the team or not. His time with Santos, his time with suffering from injuries. There were so many concerns whether he makes the team or not. He made the team. And even after that, before the World Cup, he got injured in his calf. He had an injury in his muscles, and there was concerns if he was going to be able to play the games or not. Finally, today, after missing 2 matches, in the 3rd match, Neymar Jr. has made his debut in his 5th World Cup for Brazil. Now, Brazil versus Scotland was a special match. You can see what it means for fans all over the world, not just in Brazil, but all over the world, what it means to see Neymar come back on the field one last time. It's the one last dance. One last dance. And you could see the audience reaction. They were all in tears. They were cheering as hard as it can. I've never seen somebody get subbed out be that happy. Matheus Cunha, when he was being subbed out, he was really happy to see Neymar coming in. It was a magical place. And he did look pretty great. He looked sharp. He looked good. In, I think, 19 minutes, he created 3 key passes. He was making chances. He almost made sure that Vinicius Jr. scores a hat-trick. So he looked good. I mean, he lost the ball here and there, but that's fair. I mean, he's coming from a long-term injury and he's played only for 15 minutes. So we're not going to judge him for that. All I'm going to judge him is that does he still have what it takes? Does he still have the ability to make a difference? And yes, sir, he has. I'm pretty sure Carlo Ancelotti is going to plan bringing him as one of the substitutes in the upcoming matches in the knockout fixtures for Brazil. Speaking of the match, Vinicius Jr. is having the time of his life in this World Cup. He's been scoring for Brazil in every single game and he ends up with a brace. And after Vinicius Jr., second player who is having a great run, who's really consistent, is Matheus Cunha. In all the matches he's been there, he's scored, which is something really great. Vini and Cunha have been the scorers for Brazil in this entire World Cup, and it's glad to see them be in such a great form. Ryan is the right-wing player from Bournemouth, 19 years old, and the way he plays, that's really great. Glad to see him finally find some glory. I'm really excited to see how he goes. I'm pretty sure after this World Cup, he's going to be transferred somewhere to another team, probably a bigger name with more trophy collection. Let's see how that goes. And I'm excited to see Brazil, mainly because Neymar Jr. is back. He is the prince who's never become the king. That's what his title was, Prince Who Never Became the King. And it's his story has been very emotional and very hurtful. It's been a little brutal story out there. He was on par with Messi, Ronaldo back when they were on the peak of their careers. He was somebody, the only person in the conversation of greatest of all times. If there were a room of 10 people, 4 said Messi, 4 said Ronaldo, there were 2 people who would say Neymar Jr. is the greatest of all time. He might be the greatest of them all. So he was in the conversation, at least the only player ever to be in that conversation. And from there, then injuries and a couple of bad decisions that just ruined his career. The injuries were so bad. It was really hurtful to see him. After a point, people used to say he's made of glass. He can break anytime. He's so fragile. But I understand it. The sheer amount of tackles and injuries that he got, it was his career could have been over a long time ago. But somehow, the sheer will and determination, he's made it back to this Brazil team, and he's gonna lead them all. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be the centerpiece, the glue that sticks the entire team together. I'm excited to see how that goes. And speaking of some other matches, we're gonna cover Ecuador versus Germany. Oh, what a match! If you've seen this match, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've missed it, you missed one hell of a game. In this entire game, Ecuador was the hungrier team. If I have to sum up in one word, Ecuador was hungrier than Germany. They wanted the ball. They wanted the ball so bad. They were ready to take it out of any player from Germany. Uh, you should have seen the game. So the German players, the defenders, the midfielders, they have the ball, right? They're not even passing. It's not even a wrong pass or anything. The Ecuadorian forwards are just jumping them. They're straight up running towards them, applying the pressure and suffocating them into handing back the possession. So that is some sort of a game. The physicality, the pressing, the insane amount of pressing that Ecuador has done. This has ensured that Ecuador gets qualified, and Ecuador won 2-1. That is one of the historic results. Ecuador had never won a match against Germany before. Germany, the 4-time World Cup winner, Germany. I think Germany is qualified more or less, so they are not concerned with how this match plays out. I don't think so. They're going to face that many issues. But for Ecuador, this means the world, because Ecuador is not a team that is as strong as Germany, by no chance. And there's also a bias that European teams are much better than the South American ones. Ecuador has done something historic because their players don't play for the top clubs. The German players do play for the top clubs. And after everything, we've seen Ecuador being so hungry for the ball, so hungry to prove themselves, that this match was determined by their sheer will. And using that, Ecuador has achieved their results and they won. Now let's cover the third match that I was going to talk about. Was Tunisia versus Netherlands. Like I said, this Dutch midfield, people are not taking me seriously. This Dutch midfield of Tijani Reinders, Frankie de Jong and Ryan Gravenberch, they are something else. They're one of the top 5 midfields in the world. If you check them, their profiles are so good. Reinders for AC Milan had done wonders, and I do agree he got a limited time at Manchester City, but still, the ability he has, what he can do. He was one of the lead goal scorers for AC Milan, being a midfielder. Frankie de Jong, look at him for Barcelona. Frankie de Jong, along with Pedri, they were running circles around each and every team for the last 2 seasons. Frankie has insane ability to carry the ball and pass it to the forwards. And Ryan Gravenberch, he is also one of the maestros. He knows how to release a pass. He knows how to dictate the momentum of the game. He knows how to set the tempo. He has been very underrated. This season might have been bad, but if you check his last season with Liverpool, the season where Liverpool won the Premier League, he was pivotal and key player for them. I'm saying you're taking this Dutch midfield lightly, but you should not. You really need to take it seriously. And coming to the final match that I would like to cover is Turkey-USA. Turkey finally, after being eliminated, after refusing to score a single goal in the entire World Cup so far, finally they found their scoring shoes, but a tad bit too late. They won 3-2 against Team USA. That is a shocker because USA was running in such a great form. Pochettino had done a great job. However, finally, Turkey has scored and won their first game. More than won their first game. I'm happy they finally scored. I mean, they had 60 shots on target in the last 2 games and they had 0 goals. That's a little embarrassing. A team that has so many great players. A team that has players like Arda Güler, Kenan Yildiz, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, even the other players such as I love Orkun Kökçü. He's one of our great players. I love him. He's talented. I like to see him play. He plays for Beşiktaş. I know It's not somebody that everybody watches every single day, Turkish league, but he's one of the exciting players. Apart from that, they have another great set of players, and yet this entire World Cup was really terrible for them. They were not able to do anything. Finally, a little too late to say it's not of any consequence, but at least they can go back home saying they ended up winning one match and they ended up scoring a few goals at least. Arda Güler registers one goal for his country in the World Cup. That is something. If you're trying to get a silver lining out of it. So yeah, that is the silver lining. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you on the next one, probably on the knockout fixtures. Actually, no, we're gonna cover the Norway, France, and Uruguay, Spain. That's gonna be an interesting game. So yeah, we'll see you on the next one.